Hello, everybody. Welcome to Workshop Wednesday. We're going to be doing a little Mother's Day sort of painting, sort of themed painting, I guess. Excuse me. We have an 8 by 10 canvas tonight, and we will be painting on that. Hello, Miss Sue. We are live on YouTube and on Facebook tonight. We're giving that another whirl. All right. So it is 8 o'clock, so we're going to go ahead and get started. So I am painting I'm just going to take this trusty little paint lid that I have and just mark out my circle in the center. It's going to represent a moon. So I just want to know where it is. Hi, Judy. Now the colors I've kind of, sort of using are Bahama Blue. Hello from YouTube. How are you doing? From Ohio. I think I'm going to use one of the new colors. I'm going to use a little bit of Mystic Teal in here too. We're going to give that a try. And I'm going to use a little bit of pink in here and a little white. I don't know how it's going to go. We're winging it again as usual. All right, so I put my moon in the center just sort of to know where it's going to be, because I want to paint this background back here first. So I'm going to get some of my Bahama Blue. We're just going to start going around this outside of the moon. Again, we don't know how this is going to work out, but our sky might be funky. We don't know. Hi, Mary Lou. Hi, Barbara. Hello, Miss Judy. All right, so let's get a little white happening in there too. So my face is sort of in the way of these colors, but trust that what I said is what I'm using. I'm just kind of blending a little bit of white in there. I'm going to put this Bahama Blue right out to the corners. I'm not going to worry about my sides at the moment. We just want to get the actual surface done. I'm just going to hold it in the center where my moon's at. A little more white in here just to tone that down a bit, because I do want to introduce a little pink in here. I'm not going to sure how it's going to go. Hi, Terry. All right, so I'm going to clean a little bit of that blue off of there because I got a lot on there. And I'm going to bring a little pink in here. See what happens. Bring a little pink in here. Now it might come up as purple because the blue mixing in with the pink might make it so. But we'll get a little bit of that in there. So my thoughts on this painting are, when I say Mother's Day sort of themed painting, is that I know a lot of people, we're older, and, I'm not sure that I might give this to my mom. I don't know. I might paint something like this for my mom, but I'm sort of painting it for myself as a mom. So my idea was to get a little bit of a moon happening here in the background, and I'm going to paint a silhouette of birds on here. That's where we're going with this. This is what I said. I hope it turns out. I have 3 children, so I'm going to paint a bigger silhouette of a mom bird and then 3 smaller birds to represent me and my 3 children. So that's kind of the theme of where we're headed. We'll see how we do. All right, and I'm going to take a little bit of white and bring it closer to where the moon is going to be, because I kind of want a little bit of a white, and I got a lot of blue on there, like a white sort of halo around the edge of the moon. So we're just kind of blending around where this moon will be. I hope this is all making sense to y'all. So we have like a nice subtle background happening here. And I kind of want a little more of that pink in there. I'm going to try and bring some more of that. Because I have 2 boys and 1 girl, I kind of want that pink and blue theme in here. And we'll see how this looks when we get the actual moon on here. But I'm just sort of blending around that. I'll bring in a little more white. And I may have to dry this soon and see where I'm at, because if I overblend, we're just going to get a whole mix of crazy wild colors. But before I do that, all right, now my moon is not going to be this shape, just so y'all know. It'll be a little bit more circular once we get our shape back on there. But I think kind of where I wanted to go with it, I think. Trying not to overblend here, but I'm not having much success. I'm hoping, like I said, this will all kind of look good in the end. I'll bring a little more of that Bahama blue in here to soften these edges out here. Trying not to mess up my pink. All right, so let's bring in that new color, that teal color, and I want it to sort of be out here at the very edge. And then I'm going to dry this and kind of see where the heck we're at. Because I don't know till it's dry. I don't know, ladies. I'm not sure. Not sure about this. I think I'm going to give it a dry and kind of see what's happening there. Maybe once I get it dry, I might be able to introduce a little bit more. So let's do that. Let's dry this, see what's what. Who all's watching from the YouTube tonight? Many? Or are you just popping into the Facebook? Yeah, I'm trying to, Terry. I'm trying to. We'll see. I have a lot of paint on here, so it's going to take a hot minute to dry all this. I probably have people out there watching going, what in the heck is that woman doing? Looks a little weird right now, I must say. I don't know. I don't know. Not sure if the pink was a bad idea. Watching from Facebook. Okay. Oh, it's okay, Sue. It's all right. You don't have to. It's okay. I can see it's up on my screen, so it is actually live, so it's all good. All right. All right, kids. I think I want to add a little more of that teal in here. Let's do it. Let's just do it. A lot of water in there. I don't want. I kind of want these corners to be a little darker. What is going on with this here brush? Okay, maybe we're getting there. Clean that out, and I'm going to take a little bit more of this Bahama blue and maybe just blend that in a little bit. And then I think I'm going to stop messing with this background because I might make a bigger mess than trying to fix it. You know what I mean? This brush is so saturated with water, and yeah, I'm trying to get those darker corners to be a thing. All right. Now, my pink and my blue here kind of like bugging me over here. So I'm going to try and fix that up too. Let's see what we can do there. Let's grab a little bit of those colors. I'm kind of just putting a half and half on there of the pink and the Bahama blue. And I think that's getting a little better. And then I'm going to put a little bit of that white in here again. And then I'm going to stop. I'm going to stop playing with it. I think once we get our moon on there, I think it will be quite fine. All right, I think I'm quitting. I'm quitting. Because I think if I just keep working it, I will probably be disappointed. So let's just stop there. We'll get our moon on and we'll see where we're at. And the background is the biggest part of this, getting your blending and you know how you want your colors to kind of blend in there. And the silhouette part is the easy part because it's just black. So this is like, we got to lay the groundwork and be happy with it first. And then the silhouette part is quite simple. Let's get this dry and we'll get that little trusty tin back over here and try getting our moon back on. Okay, thanks for the hearts. All right, so let's see here. And I think I know how I'm going to, let's see, you know, even with that right there, see, I can see now sort of what I've done here. I'm happy. I'm okay with it. I think I'm okay with it. Well, let's put this back in. Okay. And I think I'm just going to paint this white first. We'll get it painted, based out white, and ooh, almost missed there. We'll see where this kind of lands and what it looks like. And I think I might want to dry brush a little bit more of a white glow around this, because I kind of missed the mark with my blending with the white, and I kind of want to just have that. So dry brushing the white glow around it might be the ticket. Don't you just love Wing It Wednesdays, where we just wing our paintings and see where they go? Well, it might be, Cheryl. You know, you never know what's brewing in the air. Internet sometimes does that to me too. But I haven't seen mine freeze, so I'm not sure it's on my end. It might be on yours. I don't want to blame yours. But I don't think mine's freezing, not unless somebody else is having the same issue. Okay, my moon's not quite round yet. I have a lot of some kind of funny color coming out of that brush too. Hot mess tonight. Little bit left. And then we'll do the old trusty drying time again. You know, you guys must get bored watching me base coat and dry paint. It's not my intent to bore you. All right, I'm going to turn this back around. Ooh, that's quite a glowy little moon, isn't it? My voice is cutting out. I don't know why. I'm not sure. Hi, Kelly. So I think it's kind of looking pretty cool right now. See, I was afraid that it wasn't going to be okay, but I like it. So, you know, that's kind of the way everybody should paint, is as soon as you like it, you know, move on to the next step. Trial and error sometimes is the way it goes. Well, it's kind of rainy here, so it could be mine. Sometimes when it's rainy, um, things just aren't quite what they should be. All right, well, let's see here. Now, what I'm going to do, like I said, I'm going to take some of that white and I'm going to dry brush a little bit of a glow around the outer edge of my moon, because I just want that little extra bit of white. So let's just do that. Let's get some paint in there. We're painting some, it's kind of like a little Mother's Day themed sort of painting. I'm painting a silhouette of a mama bird, and because I have 3 kids, I'm doing 3 baby birds, 3 little birds. My kids aren't babies, but you know what I'm saying. A mama bird and 3 birds because I have 3 children. So you could kind of modify this to however many children you have, or grandchildren, or whatever. So that's kind of what was in my head. So I'm just adding just a little bit of that dry brushing, and I think it's sort of evening out my kind of wild blending job here. So I think it's actually helping it. A little bit. And I think I can even introduce, if I get so bold here, I can, do you think I need some more pink? Maybe not. Maybe I'll just leave it just like that with just that little, and I think my white dry brushing kind of enhanced my pink a little bit. I'm going to go with that story. You know, you can beg to differ, but I'm going to like embellish it to say that that just made my pink pop right out there. Call me a liar. I don't know. I can't wait to see how it comes out too, Linda, because we're not sure. We're kind of at the point where we don't know. We don't know. We're just messing around here, seeing what's what. All right. I think I'm going to stop there. I think that's pretty good. Okay. So let me clean off this paint off my hand, because I may need to dry brush again in the near future here. So I think it's kind of pretty. I'm liking it. And I got like about 800 wet wipes that I didn't need. Like, why? Why does everything have to do a girl dirty? I don't know. Sheesh. I even have paint colors on me that I don't even know where I picked them up. All right, let's get some clean paper towel here because we messed that one up. All right, so far so good. I think I'm happy. Hope you're happy. I haven't completely butchered my painting as of yet. So now that we're kind of back here, I'm going to put another layer of white on here because I can kind of still see a little bit of background popping through. Because I'm going to maybe stipple a few little colors on my moon, kind of coordinating with my background. I have a little blue happening in my brush, which is okay. I don't really think that's going to affect too much because we have some blues in our, so I'm not going to sweat it too much. But I think this might be good for a second coat, so it's nice and bright. Oh yes, I can, Linda. Absolutely can. But that's the fun of trying things. Sometimes they work out, sometimes they don't. You know, it's just the way it goes. But we're going to hope that this one doesn't, because I'm kind of liking the whole kind of pastel-y vibe going on here. Kind of liking it. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to shade around the outer edge of my moon a little bit. Prove it. I might tonight. You never know. You just don't know. We might prove it for you right here, right now. Don't challenge me because I might. Okay, I'm going to get some clean water because I want to shade around the outer edge of my moon a little bit. And I think I'm going to shade the outer edge first with a little bit of that Bahama blue, just because I don't want to go too dark with that teal in case it doesn't look good. So I think I'm going to be playing it safe here and just use a little bit of the Bahama Blue, and I'm just going to water that down a bit. And I just want to put that outer sort of hue, and I'm going to go real thin on this shade here. I'm going to kind of bring it right back to the edge. I just want it on that very edge. I'm not going to bring it out too wide, but I just sort of want to enhance where the edge of it is. And then maybe I'll add a little bit of the darker stuff. We'll see what it looks like first with this bit on here. We could even bring in some of that pink on that edge too, maybe. Okay, you guys are bragging me up. Don't do it. I'm not done this painting yet. Wait till I'm done. You're gonna jinx me. Don't jinx a girl. Okay, so let's see here. Now, let me just bring in a bit of that pink. Let's see what happens. It's okay. All right. So I'm just adding a bit of that pink around the edge too. And I mean, it's all right so far. I'm okay. I'm okay still. I'm not going to freak out and think that I wrecked it, but I kind of needed to know where that edge of the moon was. If it gets too bright, let's just see. Maybe we'll bring a little white back in and tone that down just a smidgen, because I'm finding it a little too much. So we're going to put a little layer of white on there just to bring it back down. I like that. That's good. We're just toning it back down just a smidgen, just so we have that bit of blue under there peeking out. You know, and you can disagree with me in the comments if you want to. Say, woman, what in the heck did you just do? I don't mind. I like your suggestions. Feel free. All right. So now for the little stipply part. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring in a little bit of that Bahama Blue, and I'm going to put a little white in it, because I want, what I'm doing is I'm just kind of offloading it here in just a mixture of that Bahama Blue and white. You like it as is? Well, I'm going to put a little bit of something in here. I'm going to put a little bit of moon spots on here. See, we're just going to add a little, you know, if I was real creative, I'd do a man in the moon, but I don't think I'm that good. We gotta just put some little, see, we're just gonna make it look like a little moon. I like it. See, that's looking snazzy. Now, come on, girls, admit it. That's looking snazzy. Don't want to overdo it here, but I am sort of liking that. What do you think? Kelly, did I wreck it, or do you think that it's good? Are you liking the spots? Or you guys just turn the volume off so you don't have to listen to me? Okay, so let's, okay, you got some hearts. Okay, you're liking it. Okay. But that's pretty cool. So let's jump out of the box and try a little bit of muted pink in there too. Now we'll see if I have gone too far with the pink, but I'm trying to get a little bit of this blue out of my brush. So I'm going to do that, I think, with a little pink and white, just to make a nice muted sort of pink. We don't want it to be too super dark. I think my volume's as loud as it'll go. I don't know. Is that better? I turned my volume straight up. Let me know if you can hear me better now. I'm just going to try and bring in a little bit of that pink too. See, that's looking good too. I like it. We're just going to kind of spot do this as well. Like I said, I don't want to overdo it and make it look too crazy, but just a little bit here and there. Now this one I'm not sure about. Maybe make that a little bigger. I like that. Okay, I think I'm going to stop because I don't want to. Oh, you were going to turn me up full blast. I thought you couldn't hear me, girl. All right, I'm stopping there. I think that if I go any further, it will just be too much. So we're going to stop there, and we're going to bring our little tree in here now and our birds. Let's see how that goes. But I think I like my background. So from here on out, it's just black silhouette sort of thing in here. And you can see I've drawn out my mama bird and my three birds and my main branches. I'm going to be adding some other little ones off of these big ones as well, but kind of the concept where I was headed. Let me get my little birdies in right on my moon. Okay. My little children, my children. So I thought it was a kind of a neat idea for a Mother's Day gift or a Grandma's Day gift, you know. You put your grandma and the grandchildren on there, or I'm just going to go straight through these birds first. I'm going to do my tree first and see kind of where it goes. Maybe I better bring my birds in so I don't get wild and woolly with my branches. I need to make sure that I don't encroach on my birds too much. So let's just outline these while we're here. This little one's looking up at mom. And this is the chunky one. That's me. That's me right there. Okay, they're on there. You might not be able to see them too well, but they're there. Now, because we have such a light background, I think what I might do is use a little bit of the graphite instead of the actual. Should I do the graphite? Maybe we'll just go with the black. Let's not mess around. Okay, so let's get this on in here. I'm going to use my bigger brush for my bigger spots down here. Coming in from the side. Like I said, I haven't done the sides of my canvas either, so I'll do those after the fact. But I mean, this is really not that crazy hard of a painting. I think you could even do this one, paint this one with your grandkids or whatever, and let them paint one for their mom. You know, that would be fun. Okay. So we'll get these bigger parts of the tree trunk in here, and then we can start with our liner brush, bringing out some branches. It always kind of looks funny when you first start it because the trunk is just there. And then because I don't tend to line out all of those little branches, because you just kind of go where they let them go where they want to go, you know. What are you guys saying now? Yeah, right. No, no, it's true. Chunky. I'm telling you. That's why I made her chunky. I don't mind. I don't mind at all. You know, it is what it is. Now, my little birds, I will have to somehow shade their little tail feathers, because if we do them all sort of black here, we're going to lose a bit of these little guys. So we're going to figure that out as we go too, what we're going to do there. We'll put a little highlight on them somehow to accentuate their tails so it doesn't get lost in the branch, if you know what I mean. Sue. Oh my goodness. We could put a little divot down here, just, you know, to to depict that. All right, I'm moving in. I'm going in with the liner now to get these smaller spots up here. You're funny, Sue. Okay, it's looking a little wild right now. All right, and we'll get this one. Oh, you got the look. As my dad used to call that, the hairy eyeball. Alrighty. How far are we in here? Oh, only 40 minutes. Look at, see, this is not going to be a super long painting, and it's kind of fun that way, that, you know, this one isn't going to take too long at all, aside from my talking, and slows things down. Let's bring this one right out here, sort of. And this is where the fun sort of begins, because you can like bring your branches wherever. So I'm going to thin down some of this black a little bit so that I can start doing some of the stink eye, bring out some of my smaller branches. So we're just going to water down this black just a bit. So I think what I want to do maybe dry this because I can see my hand going straight through that. So let's avoid that. Let's avoid it. All right, so let's bring some up from over here on this back side. I'm going to fill it up a little bit here with branches. And I'm just kind of taking them off the trunk and just using my liner to pull out these fine ones. And you know, we have all of this background here to work with. So, I mean, we can put lots of these little branches in here. No, I didn't, Terry. I got one package, but it wasn't from you. Okay, we're going to bring this one on up over here into this back side. I'm really hoping that all of this black is dry. Well, I can see some of it isn't. So I'm going to turn this just a smidge because if I can get my hands in it, I will. It's there for the taking. It's going to happen. We're just putting those little tiny ones in there. You see how that's working? And this is all kind of like, I don't really think about it. I just kind of pull them in wherever. This liner brush has seen better days. That's looking pretty good. So let's finish this big one off up here and get some of these smaller ones coming off. So it doesn't look so lonely out here. Okay, we'll talk about that later. I'm not sure what that means. We can bring some right over top of, kind of over top of that one from the back side. Like there's no rules when it comes to branches. Like they're all wherever you want them to go. So you could, if you had more than 3 little birds to put on here, you could put another big branch up here and put some up there. You could put some down here on this smaller branch, or this other big branch, excuse me. You know, if you have some people have big families and have more than 3 children. Me, by the grace of God, only have 3. That's enough. How do I get them so skinny? It's all about the pressure on your brush. And add a little water to the paint. Yes, that's correct. But it's basically, I'm just barely touching that brush to the surface. And if the harder you push, if you push down on the brush, you're going to get a wider line, but it's very, very light pressure to make it like that. Okay, so there's some branches there. And we're going to just carry on and do the same sort of thing over here. We're going to bring some up off of this branch. And I am just keep adding a little water to the paint for sure. We can bring a few down here. And again, this might just take a couple minutes to get all of these in where you want them to be. But I think our moon looks pretty snazzy out in the back there, don't you think? And I think I want to make this one a little wider in here. Looking a little better there. But you see how the moon now kind of blends all in the back. So our little spots that we put on there, I think worked out well. I want to bring just a few down here off this main branch. Like that. I mean, there's no rules as to how many of these little offshoot branches you put on here. It's all entirely up to you. You know, you can keep doing this until you're happy, but you can kind of get lost in doing it for sure. Lining all these little branches. So I'm kind of making them a bit thicker, a little wider here at the base of them, and then bringing them out. So let's add a few more off of here. And I mean, you can add a few, and then if you take a look back at it after you get your birds on there, you can go back in and add more if you like. It's just, wherever you want to kind of fill it in. Yeah, the moon is, yeah, it's looking good. I like it a lot. I'm happy with it. It's like, and I was really skeptical off the start, and it all worked out. See? So I'm just got quiet there for a second because I'm just kind of having a little look-see about where I am at. Maybe what I'll do is add a few coming down from this bottom side. I don't want to mess up the spot where my little tails will be there. Okay. Maybe we'll add a few kind of in between here. And then I think I'll stop with the branches for a second and I'll work on my birds. And then we'll see where we're at with branches. If we want to add more after, we can. So let's get our little birds filled in. And like I said, these little guys' tails are going to kind of disappear onto that branch. So we're going to fix that in the way that we'll add a little bit of a shade on the back side of the tail so that we can see them. besides that, like really all we have to do is the birds now. And, you know, if you want to tweak your branches, that would all work out fine too. But that's as quick as this painting really is. We'll just get these little guys on here. Here's one. So you can kind of see that there's really no pattern to this one. It's all kind of wherever you want to put your tree, wherever you, you know, work out your moon with a, just, I use that paint can lid for my circle. So if you want to try one, that's the deets. I mean, pretty easy. Okay, there's my second little bird, and we'll get our third little one in here. And because they're silhouettes, I mean, again, super simple. Don't have to overthink things. There's my three children's, and then we're going in for the chunky bird there, Sue. We're going in for the big mama over here. Yes, you could turn this into a Halloween painting if you wanted to. I really didn't want it to start looking that way, but thanks for pointing that out. I really didn't want it to start looking Halloweeny, but you could definitely turn these into some crows, I guess. Mama's got some long tail feathers here. Okay, so there's my little lady. Yeah. All right, let's dry this, and we'll put a little highlight on our birds with a little bit of slate gray maybe. But yeah, a pretty simple little painting, and I think it's fun. I think I got a little thick with the paint over here. All right. So let's grab a little slate gray. And I think I'll just come down the back side on the left, just so we can sort of see where our birds are at. Get a little bit of that gray on there. And I'll come down the back of their heads and their bodies, and then the, you know, kind of like the left side of the tail feathers over here. Now you guys are far away, so let's zoom in on those little birdies. But you can see there kind of what I did. You can bring a little bit up this belly side if you want to, just so that they don't get lost in their tails. I like the silhouette look too. It's cute. And we can put a little bit on the top of this one too. Just probably should have not put that much there. Pull a little bit of that off. And there you have it. So, I mean, once this dries down, it fades a bit too, so it's not so out there. But, you know, you just want to be able to see where your birds are at. So let's back up again. Oops, what have I done? What have I done? 1 second. There we go. Yes, I do ship them to the States. It's relatively reasonable for anyone in the States because you guys have your dollar is worth more than ours. So if it's $10 shipping Canadian, it would only be $7 for you because it's about 30, a little over 30% difference. So you kind of get a discount right off the top because your dollar's worth $1.30. I don't even know what it is right now. I would have to look it up, but it fluctuates a little bit every day. But it might be $1.32 to our dollar. So anyone in the US, and even off the cost of the kit, you would actually obviously get it for around 30% off as well, because that's just your dollar. Your dollar value is worth more than ours. So there's that. And even with my membership, it's $37 a month, but you will also get 30% off that every month because your dollar's worth more. So it's kind of a benefit to anyone in the US. Sorry, Canadian ladies, but that's just how it is. That's the way it is. So now you can come back in here and you can, you know, play around with this a little bit if you wanted to add some more branches or, you know, all of whatever you want. You just play around, tweak it out until you're happy. No, it doesn't at all. It doesn't take money out of my pocket at all, because I'm still getting the Canadian dollar value and you're getting it at a discount. So it's really of no relevance to me at all. It's just a bonus for you in the States. It's a complete bonus for you. So no, it doesn't. It doesn't affect anything except giving you a good deal, girl. That's it. It's a win-win. I mean, it's been like that for forever. Um, I'm sure that any of the Canadian ladies here can attest to that. Like that, if any of you go over to the States shopping, it's a little more expensive for us because our dollar's not worth as much in the States. So, all right. So I'm just playing around. I mean, there's there's absolutely no rules as to where you put any of these little branches in here. You know, you can go on forever. All right, I think I'm gonna call it done. What do you think? Would you try this one? I think I'm going to bring some of these up over my other branches just to kind of give it a little interest. What do you think? I kind of like it. I think it's kind of cute. Okay. That's Workshop Wednesday. Hope you enjoyed. Hope you try one. Yes, it would make a really cute card. And I mean, even if you could even go a little further. Like I said, I have 2 boys, 1 girl. I could even, okay, let's dry these little things. Let's do something. Let's see what happens when I do this. We can put a little necktie on each one, say. Let's do that. Let's zoom in. Let's zoom in. Okay. So what we can do is, like I said, I have 2 boys, 1 girl. So let's put a little pink bow on one of the little heads here. So let's do this one maybe. I mean, I'm just messing around, but I mean, this might not work out well, but we're going to try it. And if I don't like it, I can just paint over it. So let's just try this. And then we'll put little blue ties on the 2 boys. Now we'll fix that up a little bit. Let's get some blue out here. We'll use a little bit of this Bahama blue. And we'll just put a little blue tie on each of their necks. There's my 2 boys and my 1 girl. Let's see here, we'll fix up this little bow. Let's use a little bit of darker pink here. It's a really super tiny little bow. So I'm trying to make it look as much like a bow as possible here. I don't know how successful I'm going to be here. It's really little. So let's do this. I don't know if that was a good idea or not. Maybe what I'll do is I'm going to paint over that because that was an epic fail. We'll just put a little pink tie around her neck. Why I didn't just think of that, you know? See, just as easily as it went in there, it left. So let's just put the little pink tie around this little girl's neck. So there. See, I could have made it a lot easier than I did. So there, 2 boys, 1 girl. That's simple. I tried to make things harder for myself. You even put a little crown on Mama's head. You know, you could go that far because she's the queen. You do that. I won't do that right now, but you could. All right, there you have it. I hope you enjoyed tonight, and I hope you give this one a whirl. But hey, I would definitely hang this. I would hang this in my house. It's cute. All right, so you know what? If you try this painting, under here in the comments in the replay, pop your, I know that you can't post photos on my page, on my business page, but what you can do is post your finished products in the comments under this video. If you do try it, by all means, pop your little picture in there so we can see what you did with your creative minds to, you know, with your little birds and trees and all those things. All right. I'm about to sign off here. So we'll see you all again here, same place, same time next Wednesday. So everybody